Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Lemonade. I'm your host, Nic Takemoto, and today we get to talk about something very near and dear to my heart, which is video, which I love. Specifically, what's going on in video. What is working on the federal side, what's working on the commercial side, and what's working between both of them. Today, I have with me Shane Yeager, who is the owner of a video production house in DC and LA, who can accomplish anything we throw at them. And my other guest is Kevin Rist, who's embedded with one of our federal clients. I work with him every day. He's amazing, and he'll know what's going on the federal side. So welcome to Lemonade. All right, so let's jump right into it. So Shane, what's going on in the commercial side? What's working? What do they want?
What everybody wants right now, social and authenticity. And I think those two go hand in hand. People want content that's not boring, that gets engagement, that gets them on a one-on-one conversation with their target audience or customer, whatever that may be. And they just want to get their user base to lean in, and then they want to be able to interact with them. And everything in the market has changed from this like hard sell of buy my product, here it is, to now it's very soft, hands off, like let's just tell our story and do it in a way that's unique and different. And as you tell that story, the customer slowly gets closer and closer to the bottom of that funnel. I mean, it's not a revolutionary concept. It's just the modern day market has now forced you to do this, or everyone just ignores you. And that's where the state of the market is. So you have to know how to tell a story, and you have to know how to do it in a way that's not hard selling something.
On the government side of things, aside from recruiting, we're not often trying to sell something, but inform or educate the public. But there is some overlap with the things that are done in the commercial space that are effective in video and storytelling in the government federal space. A lot of that does revolve around authenticity and a direct line to the leadership of those agencies to help connect with the public in a stronger fashion.
On the federal side and government space, how are you helping them connect with the public, connect to their audiences?
Yeah, oftentimes we're putting leadership right in front of the camera. Whether it's scripted or unscripted videos, talking heads, letting them deliver the message directly. And oftentimes we're seeing an uptick in live streaming in order to execute that.
For us, I agree, Kevin. A lot of it is giving people a direct line to leadership, to the government, to what's going on there, which is why I think that the documentary style videos that we've been doing have been really successful. I don't know how you feel, Shane.
Small is the new big. Telling these little stories that end up having big impact is where everything's going. Just making people ponder a minute and go, wow, that's really cool what they do. I never thought about that. Hyper effective, especially when you're trying to, lobby for a cause or influence public policy. That's a great way to do it. And then if you want them to act and buy a product or, just lean in for more information, works for that too. So, storytelling hasn't changed in the thousands of years that we've been around. It's just been distributed, and the way it's done is slightly different.
Storytelling in the federal space sometimes can be a little bit challenging because the topic of focus is a little bit more abstract than something more tangible in the commercial space might offer. So we do lean in a lot of multimedia use to communicate a message. Live capture isn't the most natural thing for us to fall on. We do have to rely on 3D design, creating assets from scratch in order for us to convey a message or a feeling.
Yeah, I think across both industries, it's authenticity and storytelling, which is kind of funny because the next topic and question I want to go over is AI, which is kind of one of the most inauthentic things you can think of. What are you both excited about when it comes to AI?
The thing that excites me the most about AI is just helping us do our jobs faster and a little bit more accurate. Oftentimes we're asked to go capture something because we know it has a lot of value without a lot of foresight on what the end product is going to be. So when there's long takes of a press conference or an interview and we need to turn it into something that communicates a message and has value, AI is the tool there that we can really lean on to do that.
What excites me honestly the most with AI is that it actually makes me a better storyteller. And you think that AI wouldn't come for creativity first, but it actually has. And I don't say it in a way that it's taking our job. I think it's amplifying and magnifying what we can get done. It helps you tell better stories by either doing some research that you didn't know and then incorporating that into, your script. If there's bobbles or mistakes, I can now control that story by, recreating that voice so I can fix things or make them even better. If you want to go into even generative, I can even start to create storyboards and do things that help me plan and just be more effective from the administration side. So my goodness, the power that you have to tell a great story, I mean, it's like, here you go, just go do it.
Yeah, it definitely takes the drudgery out of editing, script writing, storyboarding. It helps with the flow of creativity, in my opinion. I can get from concept to finished idea much quicker with AI when it comes to helping me come up with concepts, or even just drawing me a picture that I want to see what it would look like if I put a boat there, something like that. So even though I personally have like a love-hate relationship with AI, I think everyone does, it is definitely a tool that we use to make our lives easier. Do you have any advice or anything you want to leave with the audiences before we go?
Most definitely. If I had one thing that I would leave the audience with here is be consistent. Treat your content the same way you treat going to the gym. It's not always going to be easy, but it's totally worth it. And the results will show up 3 months, 6 months, a year down the line. And then you're going to continue to have this appreciating asset that it ages like wine. It gets better and better as you have more stories to pull from. And now you have all of this content you can market with.
Yeah, I agree with Shane. Consistency is key, but we're kind of on this threshold of going into this realm of video because it's so pervasive that the adage content is king is not necessarily the only thing that we have to focus on. There really has to be strong messaging and great storytelling to connect that content with your audience. Otherwise, you're kind of just putting fluff out in the air. So just focusing on what makes great video products. A lot of what we focus here at LMD through research and a lot of conversations with our clients really go a long way when we're trying to create that content for them.
All great points, all great advice. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Shane, for joining us. We went over a lot today. I mean, authenticity is king. Storytelling is still important and always will be. Focus on your people, put your people out front because your people are interesting. People want to see them. And be consistent. Keep showing up with content, keep making those videos. The sales or the recruitment or whatever you want will show up. It's like actual real manifestation. So thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Shane, for joining me on another episode of Lemonade, where the juice is worth the squeeze.
The juice is worth the squeeze. Did I say that right?
Yeah, we did it. That was perfect.
There.
And thanks everyone at home for watching, and we'll see you next time.